I am absolutely one of those people that is completely obsessed with the Great Pyramid and with the pyramids in Egypt and just Egypt in general. I haven't always been, and the infatuation did not start until, I don't know, roughly 2015 or so. So I had just gone to sleep one night, and then the next morning I just woke up forever changed and forever more informed about Egypt and the pyramids. It begins with me standing at the edge of what is a body, appears to be a body of water. I don't know which body of water. I don't know what's on the other side of it. I just know that there's a big city. It was giving very much New York, was behind me. And I was facing the body of water with this big city behind me. I couldn't see it, obviously, but there was some sort of significance in the fact that this symbolic city was behind me. And I was standing there at the edge looking up across at the water, and in the palms of my hands I had a very small golden pyramid. And I knew that I had to go on this mission, on this journey, and nobody had told me any instructions. I just knew within me that my mission was to cross this body of water and begin my journey towards Egypt. And I knew that what I was supposed to do was, once I got to Egypt, I was to make my way to the Great Pyramid. And at the time, I did not know that there was one pyramid greater than the rest. I knew Egypt had a bunch of pyramids. Um, that's about it. That's pretty much all I knew about Egypt. I just knew it had pyramids and sand. But in the dream, I knew that I had to go find three pyramids that were like lined up together, basically. And there is one very large pyramid in the middle, and there were two smaller pyramids on either side of the big one. And I knew that I was supposed to go to those pyramids and then journey up to the very top of the greater large pyramid. And once I arrived in Egypt, I make my trek up to the top of the pyramid, and I'm still holding my very small gold pyramid in my hand. And what I'm supposed to do when I get to the top of this great pyramid is I'm supposed to take this golden pyramid and I'm supposed to place it on top of the great pyramid. But I'm not just supposed to set it on top of the pyramid flat, like face down. No, I am supposed to invert it and put the tip of my small golden pyramid to the tip of the Great Pyramid, which at the time, of course, I didn't know was called the Great Pyramid, but it was great. And so, as I'm up there, I place my small golden pyramid upside down, point to point, with the Great Pyramid. And immediately, this big, huge reaction happens. The only way that I could really describe it was as if some sort of electric force of sorts just took over every ounce of air around me. Everything started happening. And what was going on was that the two smaller pyramids on either side of the large pyramid were beginning to move inwards towards the Great Pyramid. And so were all of the other pyramids in the area, the whole desert, everything was merging into the Great Pyramid and becoming one. And so it's like this great electric type force. Everything's moving, everything's shifting. This reaction is happening. And then whenever it's completed, I knew it was done. And I knew that it was one. And I knew that we were all one. And that the world had finally reached a state of complete peace. So thus begun my infatuation with the pyramids, because prior to that dream, and don't laugh at me, I'm not a geography girly, okay? I don't know maps, all right? I didn't even know there was water near New York. And now saying that out loud, I feel like a complete idiot because it's like basically an island. Like the whole freaking city is just floating or sinking, one of the two, or both. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's like got a lot of water around it. So in my dream, I didn't know if it was accurate that I would be facing water with a city behind me. I also did not know that the Great Pyramid really did have two smaller pyramids on either side of it. I also did not know that the Great Pyramid was missing its capstone. That blew my mind. Now, mind you, in order for my dream to ever unfold in reality, like assuming that that could even happen, right? The missing capstone would have to be placed on back on top of the Great Pyramid before a golden smaller pyramid could then be point to point with it. But it just, I don't know why, it blew my mind. It blew my absolute mind. I think that it's significant that I had a golden pyramid. And gold can be symbolic for a lot of different things, but specifically pertaining to the Great Pyramid, it could also be a great conductor of electricity, of energy of some sort, right? It literally could cause some sort of reaction. Which prior to that dream, I did not know that there was all sorts of speculation about the Great Pyramid being some sort of like energy conductor. I did not know that people thought that in 1999, when they actually were planning to put the missing capstone back on top of the Great Pyramid, that they backed out at the last minute and decided not to do that because they were afraid of what sort of reaction was going to happen, and they were afraid it could potentially impact the world. I also did not know that it was like almost, God, how does it explain it? Geometrically center of Earth or something. Whatever, its coordinates are significant. It's like the middle of the world or some shit. That's like, I don't know, it just further proves my dream had to have been some sort of significance, because what do you mean I was led there with no prior knowledge? And it happens to have all this like worldly significance. Anyway, there's a bunch of other shit I learned about it, like aliens, speculation over the years, this and that, the energy theories. Also found out it is the world's biggest sundial, amongst many, 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 many more theories, facts, and just, I don't know, little fun tidbits of information about it. So, I don't know. I just thought I would share. It has consumed so much of my mind that I did just have to make peace with the fact that I may never have any answers. And if it's meant to be that I find out that something will come of that, what felt like a premonition or something, I don't know. It felt so significant to me. I almost booked a flight to Egypt. But also, if there's some sort of actual thing that I am intended to do in this life that is for a greater purpose in that sense, I do feel like I will feel led organically to do that. And me just like booking a flight to Egypt feels a little forceful. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know if anybody else finds that interesting or cool or anything like that at all, but yeah, just wanted to share because it was cool to me.